What's going on, guys? It beeth ya boy, Paladin. Anyways, so we finally have TLC being done and over with. And now I get to go ahead and, as always, do a review video of the pay-per-view. Now, once again, I noticed it's been kind of getting worse, actually, which is kind of bad. If you guys hear the whole "it sounds like someone's tapping on my mic over and over again" sound, please let me know. I'll go over it again in the video myself, so I'll know too. But if it starts to get to a point where it's irritating, please let me know. And I guess I'll swap back to the X12s, but you know, the problem with that is that the quality is a fuck ton worse, and you can hear a lot of background noise in terms of like a lot of static and stuff. This is crisp clear and all that junk, but like every time I move my head or do anything with the fucking headset, it sounds like someone's tapping on my mic over and over again. But anyways, now, I'm going to point this out right now. I did not watch the pre-show of TLC 2014, so I cannot really give a review on that. So I apologize for that. Apparently, just to quickly go through it, though, the time of the match was 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, I totally waited this time. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait a little bit here because I want the match times. I'm tired of not saying the match times. I like talking about them and, you know, just saying how long the matches went on for. But anyways, yeah, I didn't see the pre-show, so the pre-show was The New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods versus Goldust and Stardust. The winner was The New Day, pretty obvious. I mean, they're a new faction, why wouldn't they win unless, you know, they're a bunch of jobbers or something all of a sudden. But I assumed that it was probably a great match. I didn't watch it. You know, those are all pretty pretty good and decent all right wrestlers. So especially Goldust and Stardust, that's a given. But anyways, so yeah, that was a tag team match, and again, it went on for 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Next up, we have Dolph Ziggler, who beat Luke Harper in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship, and the match went on for 16 minutes and 42 seconds. Wow, this pay-per-view opened really strong. I told everybody too when we were watching it. I was like, dude, I'm surprised this is like the first fucking match. If you guys don't know, again, I hang out with a bunch of people when I watch these pay-per-views, but yeah, I was surprised that this match was the first match because I called it. I knew it was going to be a good match, and it was a good match. Yeah, I'm going to 3.5 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5. I'm really having a hard time debating. It's one of those two. I really did enjoy this match a lot. So, especially since Ziggler won in his hometown, that is, I guess I could probably make it a 4. Just overall a really great match. Ziggler always really good to watch on the the pay-per-view. Any match that he's in, really, to be honest. And Luke Harper is just probably the best out of the Wyatt family, other than, I guess, maybe Bray Wyatt himself. So there's only 3 of them, but, you know, I always thought Luke Harper was the best, so this match was great, honestly. I just watch it. If you haven't watched it, watch it. You can relive it just for $9.99. So yeah, you should get on that. If you don't want to pay for the network, though, you could still watch it probably for free somewhere online. Not that I partake in that kind of thing. You know, I'm not advising you to do it. I'm just saying that's an option. But anyways, you didn't hear it from me. So, next match was the Usos versus The Miz and Damien Mizdow, and it was a match for the Tag Team Championships, and the match went on for 7 minutes and 17 seconds. Kinda shortish, and the reason behind that is because, well, it was a disqualification. You know, the match ended with that, and the Usos technically won, but The Miz got himself purposely disqualified by hitting the Usos with their own slammies, which is I thought that was kind of funny. The match overall was fairly entertaining, but I don't like matches that end by disqualification, especially in a cheap way. Like, if it's kind of like great for the story, you know, then that's fine, I guess, but this was completely and utterly random. You could have made The Miz, which The Miz did look strong in this match, don't get me wrong, but you could have made him look better by, you know, winning. I don't understand that. It was basically a 2-on-1, by the way, because Miz never decided to tag in Damien Sandow, so but overall, in terms of a rating, 2.5 out of 5. It was just entertaining. It wasn't really that, like, good match-wise, besides The Miz holding his own against 2 people for the most part, but sorry, again, I'm a little sick, but next match after that was Big Show versus Eric Rowan in a steel stairs match. I think last time I said steel chairs. I apologize, but then again, I think I may or may have not said chairs. I don't know. I could have sworn I said chairs, and the reason I said chairs was probably because Wikipedia listed it as chairs, because I could have sworn there was a C there, not an S, but whatever. By the way, I just love how that, like, it was like WWE TLC, and it's like with stairs, and it's like it's spray painted on the like logo of TLC, and I'm just like, that is so fucking lazy but funny. Anyways, this match went on for 11 minutes and 14 seconds, and Big Show won. I would have much rather preferred Eric Rowan to win. Overall, very, very, very slow-paced match. There were some good spots in it. I was actually enjoying it more than the rest of the people at my friend's house were when we were all watching it. But, you know, I actually enjoyed it more than my friends did. But that being said, though, still, it was a very slow-paced match. I didn't personally, I'm a little biased, I guess, but and it may reflect, you know, the review of the rating, I mean, but I just wanted Eric Rowan to win. I don't see why they had to have Big Show win. What is the point of that? You know, it's just whatever. I don't know, maybe a 2.5 out of 5, you know, whatever. Wasn't really caring too much for it. But next we have, which surprised everybody else, and it's also the second longest match on here, Dolph Ziggler being the third, is John Cena defeated Seth Rollins in a tables match. Had Cena lost, he would have been no longer the #1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The match went on for 23 minutes and 34 seconds. Oh, wow, okay. I was not happy that Cena won this at all. I wanted Seth to win it to make him look stronger. But overall, the match was actually fairly good. It was a good match. Do I think it was honestly better than, you know, Ziggler and Harper? Debatable. I'm in between, actually. If I was going to give it a rating right now before even really talking about it too much, I'd say maybe a 3.8 out of 5. Really awkward, you know, rating, because, you guys know, I usually like to round it by 0s and 5s if I'm going to do a kind of, you know, a point something kind of thing. But I don't know. Overall, this match was good, but it was like I wanted Seth to win, and also not only that, I guess the thing that really keeps this matchup though is for the fact that Roman Reigns came back at the end of this, and that's how Cena won. So honestly, there were multiple times when Seth actually looked like he was gonna win. There were a couple of times where Cena looked like he was gonna win already by himself. Actually, I'm sorry. I do believe Cena, and I think Cena did put him through a table or something like that, and then like there was an interruption or whatever, and the referee was distracted. Actually, in the middle of the match actually got restarted because they both fell through a bunch of tables at like the same time. So the referee pretty much decided, hey, let's just restart this because I can't tell which one, you know, fell through first, because I'm like slightly confused. So you know, John Cena and Seth Rollins technically went on twice, I guess, if that makes sense, because it's technically 2 matches, but I'm just gonna rate it as 1, and I believe, yeah, Wikipedia just has it listed as 1 time anyways. So overall, yeah, the match was decent. I had a lot of good spots. Roman Reigns came in. Okay, oh yeah, so Big Show came in, right? And he tried to, like, I think he knocked out John Cena, put him through a table, something like that. And then after that, you know, when it looked like he was going to inflict more damage, fucking Roman Reigns comes out, like, dodges Big Show's attacks, fucking Superman punches him, then spears him through a fucking table. And then after that, fucking, he goes ahead and sees, I think Seth Rollins tries to hit Roman Reigns with a briefcase. Roman Reigns says, nah, fuck that shit. Just Superman punches Seth Rollins too. Seth Rollins somehow didn't fall after that Superman punch. He was actually still wobbly. He just kind of jiggled, and then Cena, you know, attitude adjusted him through a table. And I was just kind of like, wait, so let me get this straight. Big Show kind of like wobbled a fuck ton with the Superman punch and like almost fell, but Actually, I think he did fall, actually. But Seth Rollins doesn't fall after the... I don't know, whatever. That was kind of silly to me. But next up, we have Nikki Bella with Brie Bella defeating AJ Lee for the Divas Championship. Yeah, this went on for 7 minutes and 38 seconds, and if you couldn't tell by my voice, I'm not very happy with the outcome at all. I've already explained this a million times. I don't think Nikki or Bray are good wrestlers, actually. I think they're kind of bland. Their promos are seriously not that good, and the only time Bray cut a good promo was when they really were pushing her being with Daniel Bryan, and she's doing the whole yes chant thing with her and fighting against the Authority. That's the only time when I thought Bray was interesting. I'm sorry, I don't think they're good wrestlers. I think they're mediocre, or at least decent at best. AJ was clearly putting on a really good show, at least during the match. I really liked what she was doing during the match, but overall, I'm actually very surprised that this almost went on for 8 minutes, by the way, but just, it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't the greatest match ever, especially for a Divas match, and I don't know, I can't really describe it. I wasn't really caring at all, pretty much, once I realized that Nikki was probably going to win, which, again, she did win, so, I didn't care for it. I think AJ should have won. There were multiple times, I believe, when I think I was going to see AJ win, but that didn't happen, so whatever. For the overall rating, like a 2 out of 5, 2.5 out of 5, I don't know. There's a lot of 2.5s so far, actually. There's 3 of them, I believe, so far already, as is. But, yeah, I don't know. Just, wasn't really caring for it. AJ should have won, in my personal opinion, because I thought this was going to be, for a while I actually thought this was going to be a night of faces, but the second, The Miz and Damien Sandow won, I was like, okay, it's not going to be like that, but whatever. So, I'm going to admit this match, the next one that's coming up here, is not that interesting at all. It's rather boring / bland, not really that great. Ryback versus Kane in a chairs match, and I honestly think the stipulation is probably what's part of the reason why this match was kind of just bland, and I don't want to say it was bad. There were some really cool spots in this match. It's just it was really slow paced because you got 2 big guys just walking around. One's really old, and the other one's just doesn't have. He has stamina issues. I'm referring to Ryback. And, the match, went on for 9 minutes and 50 seconds. I don't know if I already said that or not. I can't remember off the top of my head. Man, this match, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't entertaining. And especially, I think, I'm not going to lie, that the crowd wasn't really on a lot of the times during this pay-per-view. Dolph Ziggler and Luke Harper, the crowd was really good. The Usos, with Miz and Sandow, they were kind of on, but that was only because of Damien Sandow. Big Show and Eric Rowan, they were pretty much silent for the most part. John Cena and Seth Rollins, they were on and off with that match, but I believe they got the best. They were cheering the best when Roman Reigns came in. Nikki Bella and AJ Lee, they were pretty much silent through that one, and Ryback and Kane, they were pretty much silent through this one as well. The crowd wasn't that great during this pay-per-view, honestly. I think that's one thing that people overlooked, was that the crowd was with this pay-per-view. So that's one thing that really sucks, that can affect matches and does make matches appear to be more boring, is that the crowd, if they're not into it, then, you have a hard time being into it. There was this one cool part where, they threw the chairs at each other and they hit each other with the chairs. It was kind of cool when they threw it at each other, but I believe there was another part where, I think Kane was going to chokeslam Ryback through 2 chairs, but then Ryback spine busted him through 2 chairs, so that was kind of cool. It was kind of botched slightly, and it's not Ryback's fault. It's just that when he landed the spine buster, one of the chairs moved out of the way, so it was oh, that kind of sucks. That didn't look as painful as it was supposed to look. And, it was overall just kind of a bland match. Again, not too terribly bad, so maybe another 2.5, but I am leaning closer to a 2 out of 5. Just wasn't that great. So now we have the shortest match on the card, and I'm just surprised that it was Rusev versus Jack Swagger for the United States Championship. 4 minutes and 50 seconds, didn't even hit 5 minutes. It was close, but it didn't hit it. So not very entertaining at all. Well, okay, no, that's a lie. I'm gonna say this right now. The crowd wasn't really that pumped for this match either, but I will say Jack Swagger breaking out of the what is it called? The I don't know what Rusev's finisher is called. Wow. No, that's closer to, that's Cesaro, I think. Accolade, there we go. Rusev landed the Accolade, and he put Jack Swagger in it. And that was kind of cool that Swagger broke out of it. And actually, I think he rolled and did a ankle lock on him after that, so that was kind of cool. I think he landed like 3 ankle locks during this match, by the way, in that amount of time, which that's kind of funny that he did. Rusev, I believe, landed 2 accolades, and Swagger broke out of one of them, but the second one that he put Swagger in, Swagger kind of passed out, and the match ended. Is anybody else pissed at that, by the way? When somebody passes out, you know, during the match, they don't seem to do the whole arm raising thing anymore. They're like, oh, he passed out, match over, the person that made him pass out wins. I'm not a big fan of that. I personally think, you know, that the whole arm raising thing should come back, you know, where they have, like, the guy is passing out, you know, the referee goes over to him and starts raising his arm, and you know if his arm falls down 3 times, then yeah, the person that's doing the submission wins, you know, and the person that passed out loses. But they don't do that anymore. It never seems like they do that anymore. It's like if the second the person passes out, there's no arm thing that's done anymore. It's just, oh, they passed out, you know, they lost. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. So that's happened like a couple of times to Swagger already. I'm not really enjoying that at all. I hate it when that happens. I think it's just really stupid and cheap. In terms of the match rating, I really didn't care for this one, so maybe 2 out of 5. Maybe even a 1.5 out of 5. Okay kind of spots from time to time, but I'm tired of seeing Rusev fight Swagger to begin with, so yeah, moving on. Next, we have Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose in the official tables, ladders, and chairs match. You know, it's funny because they did actually use, I think, the stairs a little bit too, so you could add the "and stairs" at the end of that as well if you wanted to. This match went on for 26 minutes and 58 seconds, longest match of the night. So, pretty awesome match, actually. I do think that this match was really, really good. The problem is that by this time is when I was starting to get kind of sleepy. I was still adjusting to my sleeping schedule because I'm like, I had to have woken up that day. I think at like, oh boy, I think like 4 a.m. I think. So, you know, I'm awake and it's like, what is it? 10:30 I think, and I'm like slowly starting to daze off a little bit, like 10:30, 10:20, somewhere around there, p.m. Starting to slowly kind of daze off. So I did pay mostly attention to, you know, mostly paid attention to this match. Jesus, my English, my sentences today. I'm from the United States, okay? I am not foreign, and it is just sad that I sometimes mix up my sentences that badly. Note to self, take some speaking classes or some shit. Fuck. People, that actually, you know what, that probably would help the whole situation that I always do. You guys know what the fuck I'm talking about if you've been subscribed to me for a while. You probably heard it like 5, no, God, no, not 5, like 10, 15 times, 20 times in this video already. I say a lot, and I apologize for that, but that's like, it's like a placeholder. If I don't know what to say, it's like, just comes out. But anyways, back to the match, getting off topic. But, Bray Wyatt defeated Dean Ambrose in this match, and sort of about that. I wanted Dean Ambrose to win really badly, but, you know, Bray Wyatt already lost the last pay-per-view, so I'm not surprised he won this time. So, overall, I thought the match had really good moments. I like that I think Dean put Bray through, like, fucking 3 or 4 tables. It was ridiculous. That was really awesome. Somebody, I believe, fell on a ladder a couple of times. I'm pretty sure Dean did grab a ladder and hit Bray with it or something. And, of course, you got your chairs and stuff. And actually, it seemed like Dean was going to win this until when he like, tried to grab a TV monitor that was still connected to, like, a bunch of cables and stuff. So what happened was he brought it into the ring, and it was still connected to all those cables. And what he was going to do was swing it at Bray Wyatt until he realized, oh hey, it's still connected to the cables. I can't go any further than a certain point. Let me rip the TV out of the the cables out of the fucking TV sockets. So he does that, and now personally, in my personal opinion, we had an argument about this. Me and my friends did at the event. Well, no, we weren't at the event, but at the whole place that we were at. We were at my friend's house, and me and my other friends were talking about it. Where we were having an argument where like, oh, that wouldn't have happened, if he ripped the the cables out of the TV, or that would have happened. Personally, I was on the side of I don't think a TV personally would explode in your face if you rip the cables out of the back of it like that. I just don't see it happening. I think that maybe he had a faulty TV or some shit, and that purposely. I don't know. I just don't. I don't buy that. Like a TV having its cables ripped out of the back of it would not make it fucking explode like that, or a monitor, whatever the hell it was. It was a TV monitor, whatever, nearly same-ish difference. So, I thought that was kind of silly, and then Bray won, took advantage of that, it's because Dean was stunned for so long, and he did Sister Abigail on him, which, by the way, Bray did, I believe he did 2 Sister Abigails this match, and the first one Dean kicked out of, so that was pretty awesome. I believe Dean did do Dirty Deeds on Bray, but Bray kicked out of that as well. This match was just really fun. There were tons of weapons being used. Dean, grabbed this humongous fucking ladder and, wanted to hit Bray with it, Oh, no. He took it to the ramp, and that's when he started jumping off the ladder and putting Bray through tables and stuff. It was pretty awesome. Just really great back-and-forth match. Overall, made Bray look a little bit more stronger than he usually does. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It was a pretty good match. It's solid. I like it. Definitely buying the entire match. Not buying the ending, though. The end was rather atrocious, in my opinion. I just thought it wasn't that good at all. At least have, Bray, throw some, weird pixie dust or some bullshit in Dean's eyes. Is Dean really... I understand that he's crazy, but he's not fucking stupid. He's not gonna yank a TV like that, and risk losing the match. I guess that's a little unpredictable because, as I said... If I was Dean in that situation, I don't think the TV would have fucking exploded in my face, but still, don't take a risk like that, I would have much rather Bray, sprayed something in his face and blinded him or cheated or whatever. Instead, that whole, TV exploding thing just bothered the fuck out of me. I didn't really like it at all. I thought it was a dumb excuse to make Bray win, because otherwise Dean was going to win. At the end of the match, it was all Dean for, the end of the match was literally the last 3 minutes, roughly the last 3 minutes of it was just Dean beating Bray's ass. So, if I didn't say the time already, which I'm pretty sure I did, it was 26 minutes and 58 seconds. But anyways, I just, that's, I'm going to stop harping on it, but that's just how I feel about the ending. Am I mad that Bray won? No, I just thought it could have been handled better. But anyways, guys, that was TLC 2014. That was my thoughts on it. That's my review of the entire pay-per-view. Actually, speaking of the entire pay-per-view, I guess I should give the entire pay-per-view a rating. Out of 10, because, I like to change it up. I like to make it out of 10 for the entire pay-per-view. Out of 10, maybe, because a lot of these matches just weren't really that great. They had some nice spots in them, but... There's only, really 3 matches on this pay-per-view that really make it a good, make it a decent pay-per-view, and that's Ziggler and Harper, Cena and Seth, and, the last match, Bray and Dean. So, honestly, I'd say, a 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10. Just overall, more so close to a 6.5. Overall, not that great due to the fact that not a lot of matches... hold accountable, for a good rating. It's just only 3 good matches on the card, unfortunately, and there's a total of 8 matches on this card, not including the pre-show, which is technically 9 matches, but I don't include the pre-show, in terms of the final score out of 10, so it doesn't matter anyways. It's not let's say the pre-show, I gave it a 5 out of 5. It wouldn't matter anyways, because I wouldn't fucking count it for the total pay-per-view score. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Did you agree? Did you disagree? Leave a comment, etc. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.